Raise your horns high and let your spirit flow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show. Feel the rush, let the loudness grow. It's the classic metal wrap-up show.
Hey, Robby, thanks so much for doing this. I know I chatted with you a while back. It seems like it's been just a couple years, but it's actually been a bit. It's when you did the He Saw It Coming release with Jack. So, I mean that was like 2000 and what, 17 or something? Or has it been 2015?
Yeah,
It's probably 2017, I think. And it doesn't seem like
No,
it's been
it was
all that long.
17.
Yeah. So I got a chance to catch up with Jack, and he said, "Well, you may want to talk to Robby too." And then I think I caught you separately, but we got a chance to talk about that particular record. So how long were you in the band with Jack?
Oh, well, since the inception of when he started it, which was 2011,
Okay,
till the time of his passing.
sure, sure. So
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing that you guys did is you put out the acoustic bites, which I thought was pretty cool. I really enjoy that one.
Yes.
And then you guys followed it up with the sequel to the
Cool.
Great Zeppelin Part 2. So again, back to back kind of
Yeah.
different projects. It's being that I already tackled the He Saw It Coming, and then we'll talk about the new tune that you have with Once Bitten. Take me back to the acoustic bites. Like what inspired that one? It was a great idea.
That was something that Jack just thought, he wanted to do. He wanted to do acoustic versions of it. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to do electric versions of it, because you're not going to do better than what they did. You know what I mean? It's just
Sure.
like you're going to be chasing something. So if we did acoustic, we could just do it different and make it cool.
Sure.
And he wanted to keep following him up. He wanted to do Twice Shy, and he wanted to do Hooked.
Hmm.
But I was like, we need to do original stuff.
Yeah.
We need to be doing new music. That's what I really wanted to do.
Sure.
And we had a track that didn't make it on the He Saw It Coming record. That's,
Hmm.
pretty much done. And then a few more tracks that, need work to get them they were basically demoed,
Hmm.
demo vocal. Really, he was sitting in this room and right behind me, while we were kind of piecing stuff together, and he was just hand holding a 58 microphone and
Okay.
sang him down.
Oh, wow.
So there's some stuff that potentially will come out eventually, but it might be a little bit yet.
Sure.
I'm pretty busy with a lot of projects in the studio, and
Okay.
that's something I'd like to do, but it's going to take a minute to kind of get to that.
Sure. Right. So were you
So that was all Jack, though. He wanted to do
Okay.
that acoustic.
Out of curiosity though, when he
Yeah, go
when he
ahead. I
lays
think we must have a time delay between.
Oh, okay. I was going to say when he wanted to follow up acoustic bites with Great Zeppelin. I mean, because I know you were just saying, you want to do original stuff. So when he laid that on you guys, I mean, was it just kind of like, okay, we'll do that, and then we'll go on to some studio stuff just to kind of keep him happy, or what'd you think? When he says, let's follow up this with Great Zeppelin 2.
I mean, I was like, okay, we were doing some shows. We did a few shows doing the stuff. So I thought,
Hmm.
let's record them and let's just see. But we don't want to really be doing the same Zeppelin song. So we were
Sure.
choosing different ones. And it just I was like, if you want to do that, it's, your band, your thing, whatever, let's do it. But let's do some original. I was always pushing him with originals. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, ideas that I'd given him to try and work on, and he never got anywhere with them. He just wasn't doing well towards
Hmm.
the end. So, but I probably gave him 15 song ideas. And then there was some stuff like the new single we did. That was one that Tony and I put together musically,
Hmm.
and I had put together a template and sent it to Jack, and I was like, hey,
Right.
come up with something, and he never did. And I even sang a little bit on there. I had something on the chorus, which melody wise, which kind of stayed intact, just the first part of it, but it was a totally different lyric.
Right.
And it was just, he never really could get himself to do it. I mean, Jack was the kind of guy who, when he would start working on something, he could get manic. He would just
Mm.
go obsessively. But when he wasn't, he was kind of like the opposite of that.
Mm.
It was like trying to get him to do it. It's like, come on, man, come on, let's do it, let's do it. But if he would start to work on something and it was just like, okay, like too much, almost like, okay, we got to kind of balance it a little bit. But that's just who he was. So
Right.
we didn't get to that. It was just, okay, that we did that Zeppelin thing, and it was like, okay, we're gonna do it. And he did. He wanted to do a record, and he came over here, and we were trying to get some stuff together, and it just didn't happen.
Right. Right. So go heading into this into Once Bitten, I was trying. Here's my take on the song. Like at first, the first time I heard it, I was like, pretty good tune, right? Kind of. I thought, my opinion, first time I heard it,
Mhm.
kind of mellow, right? But then as I heard it more and more, it
Yeah.
was like
Yep.
I guess the word I would describe for it to it is like it's really smooth. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like it's not aggressive, it's just
Mm.
really smooth and soulful.
Yeah. I guess that's probably right. I mean, it was a little tame with the guitars, kind
Mm-hmm.
of. We did do the guitars several times. We recorded the guitars here, and well, Ken did the drums in his studio, and Andrew sang in his place, and Dan did the bass in his place, but me and Tony did the guitars here. And what we had done, we did like a demo version, and then once we got drums, we both played guitars, and then we did them again. Yeah, we did them probably 3 times, but I have a version where I was playing a Les Paul and it was more aggressive, and I just didn't think it really worked for the song.
Right.
So I
Right.
used that orange guitar back there.
Okay.
That's more kind of like Once Bitten. If you listen to Once Bitten, Twice Shy, it's more of a clean,
Mm-hmm.
still rock kind of thing. So I kind of wanted to go with that angle, and then Tony used a PRS. Initially, he used his Strat, which I really liked the Strat, but I was like, okay, that's cool. The PRS is cool. It seemed like it all worked, but you're right. It probably could be a little more punch to it, I suppose. But I mean, the drums are hitting pretty
Yeah.
hard,
Right.
and the bass is, pretty deep,
Yeah.
and the guitars are like we're playing them aggressively, but
Sure.
it's probably a little more subdued than possibly any follow-up tracks are going to be.
Sure. But what I will say though, the first time I heard it, I was like, was there a guitar solo in there? Because it's really subtle. The way you just kind of injected it in there and you do your thing and then it kind of fades out and then you do a little bit more towards the tail end of the tune. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you
Yeah,
did a little bit
that's
of
right.
wailing, it
And
would have probably not worked.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny because initially there was no guitar solo at all. And I had kind of put some stuff and I was telling Tony, yeah, let's check it out. We should probably put a solo in there. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. And then
Right.
right towards the end when it was already mixed and it was ready to go. And then he's like, maybe we should. And I'm like, yeah, we really need to put something in there. I go, it's a song about the 80s. How can you not have some kind of a guitar solo in there?
Right.
So I, ended up doing that first one. Tony did the second half that's kind of
Okay.
behind the vocal.
Hmm.
I had actually done stuff over the intro too that um we didn't end up using it. It was pretty cool. I mean, it fit. kind of in a blues rock sort of like really like a very much Great White sort of way.
Hmm.
But we opted not to use it, just let the parts carry themselves.
Right. No, now, having listened to it several times, I'm like, this all just kind of works the way you guys have it, the final product. Um, it's kind of one of those tunes that just kind of sneaks up on you and then it kind of is over and you're like, hey, I want to hear more.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
you
we weren't really
mentioned,
sure how people were going to
yeah,
take to it, you know. I mean,
sure. I mean, I think the one thing that you guys have going for you with that particular song, I mean, I could totally envision that being a hit at like 80s festivals, cruises, things of that nature.
for sure. I mean, that's kind of like it's so that, right? I mean, it
Hmm.
is so that is it was we were kind of or Tony was kind of more concerned with how the response would be to it, and I was just kind of more like, hey, it's going to be what it's going to be, you know. People
Hmm.
are going to like it or they're not, and that's okay, you know. It doesn't matter. You like it, that's great. If you don't, that's fine, you know. What are you going to do? Not everybody's going to like everything. It just doesn't happen. So I don't worry about it. It's just like, let's put it out. A lot of people like the song. We did get a lot of good feedback. There's a few people who are like, yeah, you know, not for me, and that's fine. You know,
Sure.
it's you either like it or you don't. And it's, you know, we got more. We just keep doing more, and you'll either like them and or you won't. So
Right. And so there is going to be additional tunes in the near future, it sounds like then.
for sure. I mean, we already have there's three of them that Tony and I had put together musically, and then there's I think Dan's involved on one or two of them as well. He'll remember when he hears it. He'll go, "Oh, yeah, I was part of that."
Hmm.
And then there's, you know, the bunch of them that I had that maybe we use those, but every guy in the band's probably got some stuff. It's just a matter of going, let's do it. Let's add some more. Let's keep
Hmm.
doing this.
Right. And the plan, I believe that you guys are just going to
Yeah.
sprinkle these out as you go, right? And then you're going to hit the road and do some shows. I'm guessing like supporting slots for some of these fly-in type gigs, or what's the plan there?
Well, that would be the hope that we can get some supporting slots. We might end up just going out and doing shows like
Mhm.
club dates to get it rolling. It just depends on what comes up. I mean, it's hard to say because it's, you know, we're building a brand. I wouldn't even say rebuilding because with Jack on, we're not. There's nothing to do with Jack Russell's Great White other than
Mhm.
all the guys played in Jack Russell's Great White. But
Right.
it's, you know, a new brand, and we just kind of want to throw it out there and let's just see where it goes. You know, so far it's all right. You know, it's been pretty good. The response is good when we play live. The band is good,
Hmm.
and you just got to get out there and you know,
Yeah.
just do it and see what happens. And then the other thing is, you know, we're all busy with different projects, so it gets hard when we get offers and we can't do it because somebody is not available. And you know, mostly Andrew gets pretty busy, Tony's pretty busy. I'm not as busy musically playing live. I do get other gigs, but I've been really busy here in the studio. And of course, I can juggle stuff around that. But I've been doing a lot of mixing bands and
Okay.
producing artists and stuff. It's been good.
Nice.
I really enjoy doing that because when I get in here, it's just like my own little world.
Hmm. Right. It's, so, I mean, you just mentioned, you're busy, Tony's busy. I know Ken, he went back and did some Fifth Angel, band that I'm really familiar with, being that I'm a Northwest guy, and they were based out of Seattle. But he's even done the heavier stuff too. He did Flotsam and Jetsam, and then obviously Jack's Great White, and now Once Bitten with you guys, Andrew. But as far as Andrew, how did you get him on board as the front man for this particular band?
Well, it was actually our agent when Jack was down before he even retired. It was like, okay, he's not going to be able to do these shows. You know, we didn't really know what was going on. Really, it was kind of there was a lot of stuff that we were kind. It was just it was weird. It was a weird time. So we had a show. It was actually last June 14th up at Feather Falls, and the agent had talked to the promoter, and they're like, sure, let's do it. And we could have Andrew, and we did our set with him, and he had played or sang in Great White, so
Hmm.
they thought it's great. He's got that uh, history of singing in them. And then we did some Dio songs too as part of the deal. And it went over really well. It was really good. And then there was more shows on the schedule, and they threw it out there for the promoters who would want to, keep it going. And it was Andrew was in there. Though we did do one show with Terry. Terry came in and
Hmm.
played a show, or sang a show, I should say.
Right.
And that was really cool. But it was
Right.
just kind of just fell into place because Andrew was there right when it first happened, and we did a series of shows that it was just kind of ended up like, well, he's kind of like the guy,
Right.
provided he's available,
Sure.
so
Right. Right. Because, like you said, he does all these various different things. I was really thinking it was going to be Terry, if you guys continued on and did something. But then again, like you
yeah,
said, he was also in Great White, so it's like, there's this kind of shuffling around of the lineups, but they all have that connection.
that's right. It's all kind of that little bit of that legacy,
Hmm.
and right currently Dan has been playing with Great White for probably, I don't know how long it's been, 8, 9 months. I'm not even sure. So we had Sean McNabb fill in, and of course, he's got his legacy. I think he did 5 albums with the band. I
Yeah.
think he was there over a decade. So we did shows with him, which was all really good. And Dan's he's busy. Obviously, they're very busy,
Hmm.
and he's doing that until Scotty comes back, which I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows. Anybody can
Right.
predict when that'll happen.
Right.
But
Out
he's
of,
still he's still doing it, with us. So
Raise your horns high.